You guys ready?
Whenever you are.
Hey everybody, it's Jason Calacanis, the host of This Week in Startups, and I'm here with my friend Bernino Lind, who is you're the COO.
I'm the COO.
CEO of CloudSigma, and you got an accent there.
Yeah, I'm from Copenhagen, Denmark.
Copenhagen. I've been there. I've been to Denmark how many times? 3 or 4 times.
Did you have some nice smørrebrød?
I had the smørrebrød there from Ida Davidson. If you don't know what a smørrebrød is, boy, you're missing out. It's so good with the brown bread and the butter on it.
Oh, exactly.
You know, you can get that brown bread here in Los Angeles. I've gotten it before and put a little butter on it. It's not as good as over there. You guys have been nice enough to support the program and all the shows here by providing us cloud services. And it's been great. They've been fast and smooth and everything like that. And I just wanted to have you on the program and thank you, number one, for providing that.
Thank you.
We have hundreds of thousands of people who download the episodes every month, and now you're helping with all that bandwidth cost, which makes it really possible to do the show. But tell me, what do you guys do in terms of cloud storage? What services do you guys offer?
Right, so make it really concrete. Let's say you're running a MongoDB cluster.
Yeah.
So you just have the need for a lot of RAM and not a whole lot of CPU, let's say.
Right.
So you go to Amazon and they say, well, if you want a lot of RAM, you need to have the quadruple extra large super duper oversized instance.
Yeah.
And
CPU cost is expensive over there, right?
CPU cost is expensive, and you just look at a monthly bill and you go, I'm paying for all this CPU power, I'm not using it, why?
Right.
And this is where our value proposition is, just to say, well, if you need, let's say, 30 gigabyte of RAM, 5 gigahertz of CPU, that's fine. You put that in a control slider.
And you'll assign them to the proper cloud.
And you assign it, and that's it. So we really take we come from software, so we take an application-centric approach to cloud and infrastructure and just say, let's just make the infrastructure that makes sense for your application, and that's it. Yeah,
so you look a little bit deeper than just saying, here's a cluster of servers. You look at what service are you looking to use? What software are you looking to use?
Yeah, and then we let you decide what makes sense for you.
Yeah.
CPU, RAM, hard disk, whatever makes sense.
How big's the company now? You guys have gotten a little bit big in the last couple of years.
Yeah, it's been growing really a lot in the last 1.5 years. We're looking at, let's say, 16 average growth month over month.
Wow.
So it's been really a fantastic ride, and it's going really well.
Where are you guys based?
We're based in Sofia in Bulgaria, in Zurich in Switzerland, and at the SuperNAP in Las Vegas.
Oh yeah, the SuperNAP in Las Vegas is incredible.
That's like, I've seen a lot of data centers and I've seen SuperNAP, and it's really impressive.
You know, I was supposed to get a tour of it when I was there for the World Series of Poker. What's the SuperNAP like over there? I've heard crazy things about it.
I would say if Terminator ever was to really happen, it would start in the SuperNAP.
Skynet. If Skynet happened, it would be at the SuperNAP. But it's just a huge facility in the middle of the desert.
Huge. I mean,
why'd they put it in the desert? Is it underground or something? Doesn't that cost a lot to air condition and everything? Or
well, that's exactly why we chose them, actually. Why the desert? Basically, all of the natural disasters that could happen won't happen in the desert.
Earthquake, tornado.
Exactly.
Floods.
All
they
that
just don't
stuff,
happen there.
It just doesn't happen. So that's the first thing. And then in terms of cooling, you'd be surprised that the desert is actually, on average, a pretty cold place, like 70, 75 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, yeah, because you have to take into the nighttime when it's 40 degrees.
Exactly.
And then, it may get a little hot at the peak during the day, but it's going to be cool otherwise.
Yeah.
And so what other technology are you using over there? What sort of... Why else would I use you guys instead of just opening an Amazon account?
Yeah, so we really focused on innovation, and innovation, it ties into the data center as well, obviously, because of the infrastructure. Right. So you're looking at 10 gig infrastructure, dual on all the racks, all the physical machines.
Right.
And that's just directly injected into all the fiber, which is available at the SuperNAP.
So you just have massive bandwidth.
Massive bandwidth.
More than you need. And bandwidth has become cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, huh?
Yeah.
And so you guys just stock up on having dedicated lines there, and you can...
Yeah. I mean, literally, like you see for your audience and this weekend, normally people would talk about CDNs and so on. You don't need that. You need connectivity.
Right. You know, it's interesting that you say that, because I got hammered on CDN bills a couple of years ago when I was doing Mahalo.
Yeah.
And I told my guys, shouldn't we just put bigger lines into our data center, and then
makes sense.
And we tested it, and it was like they wanted to charge us $10,000 or $15,000 a month in CDN charges, and you can go to a cloud service, and they've just got this huge bandwidth, and it just works. Just have provision more bandwidth.
Exactly. I mean, we just charge you on a traffic basis, so we don't talk about capacity in this way. We just talk about how many gigabytes are you moving.
Yeah.
And we're priced like Amazon for moving those, only with a lot more speed to the actual lines and so on, because it's in the SuperNAP.
Interesting. And how about, we talked a little bit about all the different places around the globe. So the data centers are obviously connected with good lines. So if somebody's looking to reach Europe, you guys have really good reach there, I take it, with those data centers in Europe.
Yeah, so basically we have what's called point of presence in all the internet exchange points.
Yeah.
So basically you just have a switch, like a 10 gig switch with Ethernet cabling and so on. And if you're a client who moves a lot of data, you patch into that.
Yeah.
And then you're on the cloud infrastructure.
And you're just done.
You're
in
done.
all these different places.
Yeah, because they are all connected with dark fiber and so on. So you just can't beat that.
What's the biggest client you have? Like, what point do you max out and somebody should have their own data center? I mean, that's a big discussion point people have. When am I too big for the cloud? Obviously, anybody starting off should start in the cloud. What's the logic today of when you should get your own infrastructure?
Well, obviously, all compute power is based on some sort of physical infrastructure.
Right, sure.
So if you're looking at a use case, you typically... Where cloud really makes a lot of sense, it's when you have these kind of spiky compute needs. Let's say you're a hedge fund, you found a new black box model, you want to test it, Monte Carlo simulations, you spin up 10,000 VMs, it's a cloud job.
Right.
Let's say you're running all the billing for something and it's the same load every day. Yeah, then it starts to be reasonable to look at just buying your own equipment.
Right.
That said, we have actually a tiered pricing model with time rebates. So you would just go into CloudSigma, look at a 3-year contract, and get, I think we're doing like 45% off or something.
Right.
So actually the pricing starts to be comparable with buying your own equipment, only you don't have all the overhead
So you've
costs.
anticipated that.
Exactly.
Knowing that some people are going to start pricing out. Well, what if I bought it myself and you just give them, oh, well, we'll buy it for you. We do this every day. We can make it cheaper since we've already putting orders in for servers anyway. Because I've seen people get hammered on their Amazon bills because they put too many servers up and they weren't really thinking about their design of their network.
Yeah, then they just need to lock it in for the time rebate.
Yeah.
Because they know that they need it anyway.
Right.
And it starts to be comparable to buying their own equipment.
Right.
Only it's really a cloud offer.
What about downtime? You know, I was reading about Amazon was down a whole bunch in the last couple of months. How much downtime do you guys have, and how much downtime should one expect in the cloud versus if they did it themselves? Because people doing it themselves, they have a lot of downtime.
Yeah. So we are monitored all the time by various startups that does cloud monitoring.
Yeah.
And we're like 99.999, something like this, uptime. But it's a public figure. We just disclose it publicly.
Yeah.
We don't have anything to hide. It ties back into the innovation. How can we make, for example, like what really hammers a cloud is the quality of storage. If the storage goes off, let's say you're running everything on a SAN, your VMs are in that SAN. The SAN crashes somehow, everything goes down, right?
So that's the weak link now.
That's the weak link. So we do replicated distributed storage.
Got it.
And
so that means the server's got the OS on it, the data on it, and you have it on a SAN or something, I'm guessing.
Yeah, we don't even have a SAN. All the storage is just distributed on all the physical hosts.
Yeah, so that's better.
So it's
more
like
expensive, though.
It's, yeah, well.
Slightly,
but the stability just trumps that, so that's the reason.
And that's the reason why Amazon's been having problems, you think?
I don't know exactly what it could be. I think they're also not in like SuperNAP kind of tier 4 data centers, so they might have some issues with that as well.
They could have physical
but I don't know.
issues. Who knows?
Well,
listen, continued success with it. I really appreciate you guys supporting the program. And if people want to get in touch with you or somebody over there, what's the best way to do that?
You just
like
go
an
online.
Email or just go on the website?
Yeah, you just go on the website. Everything is transparent. It's easy. You just say how much CPU, RAM, disk you want. You get a price. That's it.
All right. Hey, listen, everybody go check out cloudsigma.com. Obviously, you know how to spell cloud, C-L-O-U-D, Sigma, S-I-G-M-A.com. And these guys have been great supporters of the program. And, you know, we couldn't do this program without the support. There's so many of you who want to watch the program. You're downloading it. You tell me when the speeds aren't correct or whatever. We had some problems with the previous provider, and now things have been rock solid. So I really do appreciate you guys. And I know you're spending a lot of time with my tech team, making sure everything's working well. So I appreciate that as well. Lisa, you guys have pretty good customer support, huh? You guys take it seriously?
Yeah, I mean, it really ties into, I know you interviewed Eric Ries. We run with the same kind of agile and running lean, also by Ash Mora. So we do everything in very short iterations and just make sure we listen to the customer and reflect what the customer want.
Yeah, like you can actually, I can get somebody on the phone, I can email somebody, get a quick response.
Yes.
That's what my people told me, that you guys are like hungry and you're willing to like actually pick up the phone and email quickly. Some of these big, like, you try to get somebody on the phone in some of these other places, it's like, you get somebody on the phone and don't know what they're talking about.
No, but it's like Zappos. It's like, you guys are the guys that we exist for, so.
Yeah, it's a smart move to take that. That was the thing. People used to put this stuff offshore. You get somebody picking up the phone in another country who doesn't really care, and they don't have a stake in it, but you guys really care about the customers, and I appreciate that. Hey, when's the last time you were back in Denmark? You go back often?
Not so often. Now I live in Switzerland, so.
Oh, wow, that's nice too.
Yeah.
Boy, people are happy over there, huh? I was reading about the happiness studies. They say the happiest people in the world live in Scandinavian countries.
Oh, really?
Yeah. A lot of happiness over there.
A lot of happiness.
When people get like a year off for maternity, a half a year off for paternity and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They really take care of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's I love going to Denmark and getting that smørbrød. Smørbrød.
It's a difficult word.
It's smørbrød. Hey, take a look at this word here. Let me show you this word, people. Look. Pull up my computer. Smør, S-M, whatever that O is with a line through it. Smørbrød.
And the D's, they lie very back in the throat, so they become like
smørbrød. But here's what it looks like, and this is delicious. Man, these sandwiches, I gotta tell you. And I think those are the Ida Davidson ones.
That's it, yeah.
Oh my God, look at those. And like they put like right under there is like the bread and the butter, and they put salmon on
stuff.
And the caviar and the shrimp. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I love that smørbrød.
And it's best had with a nice cold Pilsner beer.
Yep.
And some snaps.
Yeah, I had it over there. I didn't have the schnapps, but I had it with that. But this is dark rye bread. We got to have that next time you're on the program. All right, listen. Thank you, CloudSigma. Thank you, Bernino Lind. And really appreciate the support. Everybody go check these guys out. They do a really great job. And you guys are all starting companies. You need to have a partner who's in it for the long term. That's CloudSigma. And we'll see you all next time on This Week in Startups.